Don't look down, 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 don't look down. This room is a pigsty, my hairline's messed up. Just one of them days, but I'm glad to kind of be back. One of the things I've been trying to do is just do a lot more smaller low-key tutorials, not necessarily whole beats. So that's one thing I want to start doing, and one of the things I want to kind of revisit again was just sort of the process of how I go about just doing that VHS effect. I wanted to just do another breakdown of just like how I kind of get that going and how that works. I mean, it's largely the same thing, but it's usually, this is more so like kind of picking the right sort of synth and instrument and things like that to make it work. All right, well, that's not really anything. So we have our melody here. Now, one of the things I like to do a lot, I like to just kind of make a reverb. You could use any one you want. I like using Chroma, but this time around, I actually want to use one of the ones I kind of play with. Now, I'm on a MacBook Air, an old one at that. So some of these do take like a big like hit to your CPU, but you can just take it anywhere you want to go. Yeah, so we have that. That's not really nothing to write home about, but it's something that could actually just work. And so one of the things we're going to do now is, now if you have anything like auto-tune, like from Antares or something, or you just use the typical one, I use the regular pitch correction in Logic, because what's cool about it is for some reason it has like artifacts in it, depending on how you kind of mess with it. And you kind of just go with the flow of what you want to do. I typically go low. The response, I just crank that down to 0. And with the detune, I go up. So I go anywhere between like 15 and 20. I go ham. I have my own presets of stuff, but I just go ham with stuff until I get like a cool sound. One of the things I like to do is I like to just take out sort of like every other one and just see what kind of works. Because it's almost like you're just tuning a voice. And now I want you to hear a sort of dry version, essentially. So now let's try it again, this time with a few like changes. Whew. Come on. Come on. Let's make something. But you kind of get the gist of it. You can just kind of play with it a lot. And so we kind of got this chord going. We have this. We could just scrap this. So F this whole thing. I want to make something new with it. We're going to make something silly. So let's get it. Not that one. But you kind of get my drift with it. This is for my set though. Hey, hey, this is for my set though. Hey, this is for my set though. Hey, hey, this is for my set though. I'ma go. Hey, this is for my set though. This is on my head though. This is for my set though. This is from myself, dog. But that's the gist of it. So now going back to breaking down that, and it's just because I have a matte filter on it, but let's remember, you can play with a lot of it. If you want to kind of take this out, if you want to kind of make it a little bit more thinner here and there so it don't sound too tinny, if you don't want it to be like too boomy and all that, you know, you can just move stuff to your heart's content with the EQ. I prefer like I prefer like having this section down like this many, like a few decibels, and so that way it's just like, in case I ever wanted to rap on it or somebody else wanted to rap on it, you can pretty much just you know, give them a little bit headroom for them to be able to speak and stuff. Like, I like that a lot. Let's add a little like final throw a little just to clean it up. I love doing this, man. That was actually cool. That was actually a really good beat. I always keep saying it, but I plan to do a lot more of these. And while this was way shorter, I mean way longer than I expected it to be, it's actually really always good to just sit down and just, it's like going to the gym. It's like, man, I'd be like, I don't know if I want to go to the gym, and then the second I'm there, I'm like, okay, I could do this, and then by the time I'm done, I'm all pumped up, and I'm like, yo, I could take on anything, I can make any beat, I can do whatever I want. I showed you guys how to get that pseudo VHS effect, and you know, there's really, I mean, there's obvious wrong ways to do stuff, but there's really not really any wrong ways to doing anything when it comes to music production. So that's one of the cool things. I wouldn't have gotten this far, and I'm not really, you know, far. I'm still, I got so many stories I could tell you when it comes to even people like Lil Dicky, when it comes to people like, I don't know, other artists, and just sending beats and like blogs and all that. Like, I remember, I got stories to tell you. I got a story of like when me and the homie got blacklisted from like a whole set of like blogs, and I had to, oh man, it was a long story. Thank you guys so much for rocking with me, and I'll see you guys soon. Be tuned in for more content that's coming. A lot more different kind of videos that are definitely in the pipeline. Make sure you just smash that like button or the dislike button if you didn't really mess with this one. So, I mean, if you want to be like that, you could be like that. I mean, I ain't tripping, you know, just, just do it. You know, you ain't got to do it, but if you want to, you can do it, but don't. So just don't. But thank you guys anyway, and stay safe. Yeah. RIP to Nipsey also, man. He was a real one, man. Peace.